Hey ladies, so I missed you all from our 5-day challenge and thought I'd come on. Someone asked me why I became a coach, why I became a life coach and a marriage coach and a mindset coach and all the things. And so I thought I'd just come on briefly and share. So, my marriage pretty much crashed and burned. And at 26 years, we were separated and heading for divorce. And so our marriage was going down the tubes. And I went to counselor after counselor after counselor, and it didn't help. Like that, we either didn't help long term. Like there were things personally that I learned that were very helpful, but whenever I dragged my husband there, if we weren't fighting when we got there, we were always fighting when we left. And so it was not a fruitful thing. We did retrify, and while it was good, my husband was not one who wanted to write in a journal and all his feelings and all that stuff. And so then I would get irritated and mad at him because I would write pages and pages to each question. So retrify is like Marriage Encounter is based on journaling to each other daily. And then I get mad because he would write 2 sentences, right? And I later found out that every sentence, every word that he wrote was always from his heart. But he was much more short and to the point. Well, women, of course, we got a lot of words. And anyways, so none of that worked. But when I found Laura Doyle's work in the Empowered Wife book, my whole life started to change. And that happened... Well, it had happened 10 years before when I found the book and I knew that it resonated in my soul, that it was good stuff. But the women in my Bible study group, nobody really wanted to read a book called The Surrendered Wife. And there were no coaches back then. So when it came back around the second time, we were separated and heading for divorce. There was something in my gut that said, you need to do this, girl. And I thought, God, it's his fault. I don't need to do this. Like he needs to change. Right? And nothing's going to get better till he changes. But God had such a sense of humor because when I changed, everything changed. And I went into coach training with Laura because I really wanted to learn this at the highest level. But it was when I was at one of her symposiums and she shared the words, ending world divorce. She was on a mission to end world divorce. That resonated with me so deep that I was like, yes, that's why I've been to hell and back in my marriage. That's why, when you think we know as Catholics that God always has a purpose and makes all things good. I had this peace and this knowing that even my parents divorced when I was a senior in high school, and my mother's parents divorced, remarriage, divorce again, married to a different man, divorced. Like that was my grandmother's story, right? Like all of it actually had a purpose and a reason that God had in this moment, in this time, that all of it made sense, that what I was learning and my own transformation could be a witness to other women, that there's hope, that there's always hope. Hey, Stephanie, thanks for watching. So in just sharing why I became a coach, that it really made a difference for me, that when I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that all of my suffering, God wanted to turn it to something good. And now, having been a coach for almost 10 years, have touched so many women's lives, Stephanie's one, and that we walk this journey together, like it makes a huge, huge difference. And it lights me up when I can see a woman just really become her true self and find peace and happiness again, and to see her husband starting to show up and help more. And like I shared in another video how like the woman that was in a sexless marriage for years and years, and suddenly there's a lot of romance in the bedroom. Or when maybe kids are feeling, kids are having some emotional upsets, and then all of a sudden when mom and dad start getting back together and things are, the kids pick up on it fast, and all of a sudden the whole tone of the house comes down and kids are doing better. Like it makes such a difference. This work is all about a legacy of love. And I know that I'm in the trenches doing this work. It's not always easy, but I do it because I love all of you. I love women. I love family. I love our kiddos, and know that there's just so much more that we can be doing to fight the good fight. And so if you're someone who's struggling in your marriage, right, like reach out to me. That I've got this Renew course coming up in January. It's the perfect opportunity to come in for just 8 weeks, small group, work together, and your life won't be the same. It won't be the same. So I'm going to be sending out some emails and kind of sharing a little bit more about it and some testimonies from ladies who did it in the past. But don't hesitate. Like if there's something that like you kind of feel a nudge of like, maybe I should do that. Maybe, right? But fear comes up, right? Like we stop ourselves. Why do we do that? Why do we stop ourselves? If it's something that our kids want, right? Travel baseball, travel this, whatever, my daughter's point shoes back in the day, $125, $150 a pop. Spend the money. We find the money one way or another. But it's for us? Oh, we second guess it, right? Ladies, we're all going to spend a lot of money going into Christmas. I invite you to put yourself on the list and get what it is that can make a huge difference in your life for the long haul. All right. So message me, ask questions, all the things. I did a call today just with a woman who reached out and said, I just want to talk about it. Fabulous. And we talked for half an hour and answered all the questions. So I'm here for any of you in that way. All right. Reach out anytime. It matters. You matter. Your marriage matters. Your husband matters. And finding love matters. That's what God wants. Okay. So I'm standing for you. Let's talk soon. God bless you.